Mum.
Good morning. Happy
Good morning.
Saturday, is it? I don't even know what day it is.
Good morning.
Me and Iron Man here are off down the road. It's Daryl! Are off down the road because I stuck the rooms up on Facebook last night and I've already got a bite, so I've got a prospective tenant coming to have a look at them this morning. Tenancy agreements are in hand and yeah, sounds like he's pretty desperate for a room, so yeah, hopefully he'll be a good tenant. It's so risky, and it's worrying because I'm like, all that hard work I put into that room, both those rooms, you better not fucking trash them, you know. My skin's really bad at the moment, but I started using this Nivea soft moisturising cream. I've got a fucking great big tub of it in Poundland. It feels really nice when I put it on, but I think I need to put it on like 2-3 times a day. I'm doing it morning and night at the moment. I don't think that's enough. I think I need to sort of, at some point in the afternoon, whop a load on as well, because my face especially is drying out before evening time.
Like carnivore venom coming.
So, yeah, it's getting a bit dry.
Oh no. You're supposed to go that way.
Nothing new on Nathaniel yet. They've put him back on one of the meds that they've taken him off of because he has less seizures on that med. So he's on 2, I assume, are anti-seizure medications. Where are we going then? Okay.
You just follow.
No, it's just a case of waiting to see whether they work. Still not got the results in the MRI yet, which
I just heard something.
is a bit shit. So after we've gone down here and dealt with this guy and all of that lot, we are going to go home. I'm going to sort Daryl's room out, aren't we? Because we've got this massive toy chest that's sitting in my room waiting to be taken into Daryl's room. So we're going to go and have a sort through, put aside some of his toys for Nathaniel when Nathaniel's a bit older, and get his room all nice and tidy because Blake's coming to play today. Should be fun. So we got a tenant, lovely. Because first thing he said was, "Oh, do you mind if I take the bed out and buy a double?" I was like, guess not. Brand new fucking bed, you know. Just have to come up mine and go into storage. Good thing I've got a spare room. Says he wants the room for at least a year, so that'll be interesting to see whether he does last a year. He's got liver disease, you know. So I don't know whether it'll last a year.
Hi.
But hi. So we're now going to go home and sort Daryl's room out, aren't we? So that we can get tidied up, because Blake's coming in about 2 hours. Countdown is beginning. Good morning. It is, I don't even know what day it is. Is it Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday morning, and we've had quite an eventful couple of days, really. First and foremost, what did you do?
I broke my arm.
You broke your arm. How did you break your arm?
Jumping on the sofa.
Yeah, last night, Daryl had his dinner. I was sat eating my dinner. And
got halfway through.
I think you were off to go to the toilet or something, weren't you? And he stood up on the sofa and went to sort of hop across to the footstool and then down onto the floor. And I don't know I don't know whether his foot slipped off or
I think the stool wiggled.
Whether the stool moved or, you know, whatever happened. Something happened anyway, and he went down like a ton of bricks onto the floor. And as soon as he landed, I thought that didn't sound right. I didn't hear the break. It just, the noise of him hitting the floor just didn't sound right. And immediately he started yelling. And I was sitting eating my dinner, so I sort of put it to one side, scooted forward and give him a hug. And he couldn't stay still while I was hugging him. And then he started to sweat. And I said, "Are you going to be sick?" Because I do that. When I'm about to be sick, I get really hot and I get really clammy. And I was like, "Are you going to be sick?" And he said, "No." And I looked at him and he was grey. And I thought, oh shit, do you know what I mean? He's going to pass out on me, you know. So I said to him, stay away. And he just kept leaning on me. And I was like, no. And I took him out into the kitchen sat him on a stool out there and opened the door to get some air in. And I called my mum and I said, what do you think? And she said, Christ, she said, look at him. And I said, yeah. And then I remembered my neighbour's a nurse. So I ran around and got her and banged on her door. I need you in a professional capacity. So she was like, right ho. And she came running around and she didn't even look at his arm. She just took one look at him and she went, his arm's broken. And I was like, right. So it's a specific kind of grey. But she sat down with him and said, you know, can you wiggle your fingers? Can you turn your hand like this? Which he tried and he immediately like, no, you know, yelled. So she got him some Nurofen.
And I like that.
You liked that one. And give him that. And then she thankfully had a sling as well. So she got him all sort of strapped up while I sort of ran around and got everything together. And we went off to hospital. And at first we thought we were going to have to stay in hospital. But then they were like, no, you can come home. But I kind of wish we'd stayed because he had a really, really bad night. He couldn't get comfortable. They literally sent us home with Calpol and Nurofen. But yeah, they did quite a few x-rays on him in different sort of positions. They also checked his wrist because they said they're not sure how he landed. And he's not sure how he landed. So they needed to check to make sure his wrist was okay as well. His wrist is fine, but he's broken his radius right up by the elbow, which apparently is quite unusual. They even, the consultant that saw his x-rays, even phoned through to Southampton to discuss with them. I think they sent the x-rays through as well to discuss with them. And what they've done is they've put what's called a back slab cast on it, which is basically a cast on the bottom half of it so that his arm can rest on it, and then it's bandages around the top. So it's hard underneath where the sling goes around his arm, but it's soft on the top bit where his thumb is here.
Yeah, there's a little soft part sticking.
So it's hard here, but it's soft on the top here. And he's got to stay in that for 2 days. He goes back on Thursday morning to fracture clinic. And I think they'll probably x-ray it again and then decide whether it just needs to go in a cast or whether they need to do something to it. So yeah, so we got home about, I think it was about 10 o'clock. So I think by the time we got home, major storms last night as well. Wind and fucking branches and shit all over the road coming home. And bless my neighbour, she left a packet of sweets hanging on the back door, didn't she, for you, which was just adorable. But yeah, restless night because he, poor thing, just couldn't get comfortable. He had both Calpol and Nurofen, but he was fidgety really up until about 3 o'clock, and then he conked out. So we've been awake since about 8:30. I don't know what time it is now. We phoned Nanny and spoken to a couple of other people. Now we're going to go downstairs and get a cup of tea, aren't we? And maybe some breakfast if we're up for it. But I think it is going to be sofa and YouTube day today. Yeah. Maybe a nap if we feel up to it.
Yeah. I'll need the TV to extract me.
TV to extract him. He means distract. Alright, but I need to phone the school as well because I haven't done that yet. So yeah, he's going to be off the rest of this week. So yeah. But hopefully, by the weekend,
I'll be back in.
well, you'll be back in school next week. But Callie and Rob might be coming home as well by the end. And Nathaniel might come in by the end of the week. He's not had any seizures now for a couple of days. They're trying to wean him off the heavy meds. And, yeah, see how it goes. The MRI was clear. So that's good. So it's not bacterial. It's not viral. It's not an injury or anything abnormal in the brain. It's not edema. They don't know what's causing them. They have said they're going to take some blood from the 3 of them and see if it's genetic, which they said they wouldn't normally do, but they're covering all their bases with this one for some reason. So it's good that they are, you know. But I think basically what's going to come down to is that he's got neonatal epilepsy like his mum. Maybe he'll grow out of it in a few weeks or months or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. But at the moment, I think they're trying to regulate his dosage before they can let him come home. So, yeah, hopefully by the end of the week. That'd be great. Have all my family back on the island. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I've not recorded a lot this week because it's sort of been nothing interspersed with, you know, major bouts of something and then a lot of nothing again. So it's been about 40 odd hours, I think. 38, 40 hours since Darryl broke his arm. It's, what is it, 10:15 in the morning, and he broke his arm at about 6:30 on Monday night. Monday night was fucking awful. Poor kid barely slept, wriggled a lot, writhed a lot, was generally in a lot of pain. It got to about 3:30 before he finally conked out, and it was a good thing he did because I was getting close to like calling the hospital. I didn't want to drive back because we had a major storm that night and driving home is hairy enough, but I would have done if they'd said. But yeah, he basically fidgeted throughout most of the night, kept crying, and then sleep got the better of him and he conked out about 3:30. So we got about 4 hours sleep, the pair of us. Last night was a little bit better. He started the night off in his own bed and then came into mine when I went up about midnight. Fidgeted for a little while, but then managed to sleep all night, which again was good. He's quite grumpy today, fidgety, a bit whingy, quite tearful, you know, which is apparently that's quite normal. It's his body like starting the healing process, and it aches a lot. Apparently, I've never broken a bone, so I don't know. Yeah, so, but I've got a nail appointment, so he's in the company of Kyle, and I'm going to go and get my nails infield. I'll have to have that one replaced because I whopped it with a hammer. I'm amazed it's still all on there, to be honest. So she might be able to fix it without removing it, but I don't think so. I haven't had an update on Nathaniel today. He hasn't had a seizure for a couple of days now, so we're hoping that, you know, it might be good news all round tomorrow. We're hoping that Fracture Clinic tomorrow will say, yep, it just needs a casting to rest it, because they said it was like an unusual break, because what he's done is he was jumping off the sofa, landed hard, and has broken his radius, but apparently he's done it in an unusual way or place. I don't know. I don't even know what kind of fracture it is. I don't think to ask. So yeah, I'm gonna ask that tomorrow, but I'm hoping they'll just say, yep, it's fine, we'll just put a proper cast on, he'll be fine for the next couple of months and not need it pinned or, you know, operated on or something. And I'm hoping that they turn around and tell Callie she can come home tomorrow, in which case I will do Fracture Clinic, drop Kyle back with drop Darryl back with Kyle, and then go and get her. I am going to go and get her because they've got like 2 suitcases, the baby seat. They've been given a memory box by the hospital, which is sweet, you know, but they've got stuff. They've got loads of stuff, and poor Rob struggled to get it all there in the first place because they caught a cab from the ferry. So I was just like, do you know what? I'm just going to come get you. It'll be easier. Not only that, but I want to go to IKEA. So, yeah. So fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed that tomorrow I have a hell of a lot of good news and I can show you the ferry crossing, or some of it anyway, if I remember. I can't wait to see Nathaniel and actually get a fucking cuddle, because I haven't seen him yet. My blood test results are in. I haven't had the phone call from the doctor yet, but you know, good old Dr. Google and myself, well no, not Dr. Google, it's the NHS app. They actually explain like what all the tests and that are on. You can access your patient records and the test results are there, and they actually tell you what they all are. And yeah, not only are all of my tests within acceptable boundaries, but there's no biochemical evidence to suggest I'm in perimenopause either. So I'm like, lovely. So somebody needs to find out then why I've skipped 2 periods, because my period length between periods is now double what it used to be, and I've never ever gone that long, only during pregnancy, you know. So, and I'm definitely not pregnant, so it'd be interesting to see what they suggest about that. What's the bet? It'll be more wait and see what happens. My skin's awful due to stress, really, really bad. I hate talking to people at the moment because I just feel like they're like looking at me. But I started using this Nivea soft cream, and it's really nice. It's really, really nice. It's very light, you know, and it feels quite moisturising. Trouble is, it just doesn't last all day. I sort of run out about lunchtime. My skin feels dry again, so I think I need to do like a little pot of it up or something and carry that around with me, just to keep my face moisturised, really. So I've had my nails done, and I thought I would show you the trip home. Hope this comes out alright. I'm going to hyperlapse it ever so slightly just to get you there that little bit faster. So if you feel nauseous or anything, you might want to look away for a little while until you hear me say that we're home, or you know, you hear sound again, because this will be hyperlapsed with no sound, because I'm going to have the car stereo on, and that is you know, music copyright doohickey. Also, I'm sorry that you've got the you know, the dashboard in the lower half, but I can't actually get the phone any higher in its cradle, so you know. Sorry about that. My phone fell out of its cradle. Hopefully it'll be a bit better now for the rest of my journey. It is leaning ever so slightly, which has got me slightly worried. There you go. It's also blurry. I'm hoping you can see. Yeah, for some reason I didn't have it in the thing properly, and it pinged out as I was driving along, flat shit at me. So anyway, I'm not sure how much footage I will get, because I don't know how much memory I've got, but hopefully you'll get to see a little bit of where I live. I think I'll have to go out with my camcorder and see if I can sort of stick that to my dashboard one night, one afternoon, and you can see the pretty island as I drive around. not really getting much of a view there. I think it's mostly sky. I'll have to I can't really get you much higher unless I turn my phone, and then at which point you will have the black strips, but I might have to do that another time, so that you can see. But yeah, nails all done, all looking pretty. School phoned me. How's Daryl? He's fine. It's a family liaison officer. She's really, really nice. And she phoned up. She was like, "Oh, I'm just checking in because I see Daryl's back at school." I was like, "Yeah," and he's broken his arm. And I was like, "Yeah." And she said, "What did you do?" I was like, "I was only doing him, honest. It wasn't me." Oh, there's a field over there. I can't. I'm not supposed to touch my phone when I'm driving. There's a field over there and it's just full of buttercups and daisies. It looks really nice. Really pretty, you know. I'm sure I'm going to run out of memory anytime soon. But there you go. So I'm going to get an Audi on my way home. I've filled up the car, which is lovely. Half a tank of fuel. But I'm going to go to Audi now and get some munchies for Daryl, because they do like waffles with chocolate in the little whole bits, breakfast waffles, not potato waffles, and he likes those. He has them for breakfast every day, and we run out, so he didn't get them today, so he had to have something else, which he wasn't too pleased about. But I need a few bits and bobs for him, so I'm gonna run into Aldi quick, get what I need, and then go home and see how my boy is doing. I feel guilty going off and pampering myself when he's at home, like hurting, but Carl was under instructions with medicine, so yeah, fucking starving. Came out without anything to eat this morning. Hungry, like dying hungry. Oh dear. Haven't heard from Callie yet, so no news on the baby. I don't know, they seem to be being a bit weird with her. They were like, "Oh, he can't come home until he's feeding properly." But he's got a bit of a crazy latch. I got her to check them, I got her to get them to check him for tongue tie, because the only way he seems to comfortably latch is when she's using a nipple shield. But they seem to want her to be able to feed him without. And I'm like, that is a dumb reason to keep you there. You know, because some mums use nipple shields for their entire breastfeeding journey. I said, and if they're going to keep you there for that, then I would be really pissed off if I was you. And I think she's got to the point where she's going to say to them, fine, I will go home and I will pump and put it in a bottle and he can have it that way, and then actually just try when she gets home, because to me that just seems fucking nitpicky. You know, what does it matter if she uses a nipple shield? As long as he's getting the fucking milk and he's satisfied, then I don't get what the issue is. Well, it's one thing I'll share. Another at the moment. I just wish my life was a bit mundane sometimes. A little bit more normal, without so much stress. Crap. But after my hospital visit, I've come up with a list of like things needed when there's an emergency. So like, you know, when I have to go to hospital, I'm going to take a bag and I'm going to put these items in it, just in case they turn around and go, right, you need to stay, like they nearly did the other night. Then I can just go, that's fine, because I've bought a bag, I'm prepared. You know, I've got things on there like my Kindle, the chargers, some spare underwear, pyjamas, Daryl's favourite toys, some cash, you know, just things like that, so that if we are ever caught like that again, I'm not going to forget things in my I need to get into hospital panic. Not panic, but you know what I mean. and then I can just go up, read my list and go, right, bum, bum, bum. And what I might even do is I might even print this list up and laminate it and actually tuck it in the pocket of the bag that I plan to use for this, because I've got a spare bag sitting in a cupboard that's not getting used. I used to have my e-spinner in it. It's actually like a miniature cool bag, but it would do awesome as a little overnight bag. So I might do that. I might like print my list up and laminate it and then chuck it in the pocket of this bag, so that I then don't have to find it on my phone. And do you know what I mean? Just convenience and all of that lot, just to make life that little bit easier for myself when something happens that throws me for a fucking loop. We'll see. Really tired and hungry. I desire the foodums, meums. Right, I'm at Aldi, so as I'm gonna go shop and buy foodums, because, you know, in case you didn't realise, I'm really hungry. Hello. So, where am I? I don't know where I am. What have I been doing? Got home, watched a couple of films with Kyle and Daryl. Then Kyle went home and my mum called and I had a good chat with her, because I've not had a good chat with her. And then Callie called. Nathaniel might be coming home tomorrow. It seems to come down to whether there's an ambulance available, which is a bit annoying because they're gonna send him back to the hospital here and then discharge him. But they want to put like a plan in place so that if he does this again, everybody knows what to do. They also want to give mum and dad a quick lesson on resuscitation, just in case. He's never stopped breathing, but you know, it's a just in case. That's a 10-minute jobby. I had it when Callie was little, and they just quickly show you what to do, and that's pretty much it. So he's going to get discharged back to the hospital, which means an ambulance has to bring him back. That's annoying. If they discharged him into his parents' care, I could just go get them, which would make life a lot easier. But you know, so whatever. So it is. She said, you know, well, when I don't know when we're going to come home, because when we get the notification, we're probably only going to get an hour's notice. And I was like, that's absolutely fine. If you let me know as soon as you know, that gives me at least 2 hours. Because if they get an hour's notice, they've got that hour's notice, and then there's at least an hour on the ferry. Because we've got fracture clinic tomorrow for Daryl's arm. If we're at fracture clinic, then she will probably call Rob's mum to get them to the hospital. And I said, I can always meet you at the hospital, that's fine. I've loaded the iPad up. It's fully charged. I've also downloaded some movies on Disney Plus, so I can keep Daryl quiet in the car if we need to wait for them. So we're just going to have to play tomorrow a lot by ear. I've got somebody supposed to be coming look at the house tomorrow, but I might have to blow them off in the morning. Pardon me. And we'll go from there. Stay on my face. It's so bad at the moment, you guys. So bad. I mean, this cream that I'm using, this Nivea soft cream, comes in like a massive tub, and it's brilliant, and I feel a lot more moisturised, but you can just see where I've broken out in psoriasis all over. It doesn't help this evening. I've been drinking Coke, but you know. So yeah, that's Daryl's okay. He aches a lot today, he said. But he's moving around a lot more. Yesterday he barely moved. He literally laid on the sofa all day, or sat on the sofa all day. And although he ate, he was kind of listless, and I was a bit concerned. But today he's been watching the TV. He's been moving about. So that's probably why he aches, because he's moving, and there's always those little. He's only got a back slab plaster on, which is basically he's got like a hard cast here, but there's nothing. There's only a soft bandage on top, so there's going to be slight bits of movement. At fracture clinic tomorrow, they will probably X-ray him again, and decide after that whether they're going to intervene and operate, or whether they will just stick a cast on and let it heal. Obviously, the sticking the cast on and letting it heal is the preferable option, because that means, we don't have to spend time in hospital and recovery will be quicker. But, if he does, he does. I've written an emergency list of things we need to take if we end up going into hospital, not just like this time, but I'm talking about like for future emergency cases, because as the mum of a small boy, this happens. So I want my chargers for my phone, my watch, and the iPad, so I would probably take the iPad. I've also recently bought a little USB hub, which plugs directly into the mains, and that's got like 4 or 5 USB ports on it, so I would take that with me as well. I would take my Kindle and the charger for that, my knitting, obviously, and probably some backup knitting as well. Toothbrushes and paste, my body cream, some fresh undies for us, a couple of pairs each, sort of thing, and socks, my headphones, because obviously I listen to audiobooks, and once Daryl's gone to sleep, my wallet, my meds, and anything that Daryl's taking, like he takes vitamins every day, so I've just started him on those, so I would probably take those. And sort of thinking for like non-medical trips, like if it's a weekend away, I would probably take Calpol as well. My menstrual cup, wipes, hand sanitizer and lotion. I quite enjoy using hand sanitizer because it makes you feel clean, but it's drying, so I like to use the sanitizer and then lotion my hands, otherwise they just feel so dry. My phone stand, that's this doohickey. This is great. This thing folds down to virtually flat. My son bought it me for Christmas. I think it goes like, oh no it doesn't, it goes that way, so it goes down like that, and it's quite stiff as well, and it folds to, it's great. And it's got rubber feet, and it sits at an angle like that on your desk, and you just prop your phone on it, which is fantastic. And then whatever are the toys of the moment with Daryl, which is usually Toothless and Mandy the Monkey. So that's my things to pack. And I found a bag upstairs that I remembered I had from about 8-9 years ago, and it's a fantastic bag. It's called an e-bag, and it's actually a like a little cooler lunch bag type thing, and it's about that long and about that tall. And I bought it originally for my electric mini spinner, which is basically like a spinning wheel, but it's all electric, and it's just the top part, so you've got the bobbin and the flyer, and my spinner fit in it perfectly. But I didn't use it very much to carry it about, because I found out my spinner was actually really fucking heavy. So I ended up buying a little trolley thing that ice skaters use to carry their ice skates in, because it's got a hard top, and it meant that I could trolley this little thing about with me and then put the spinner on top of it, because it had a hard top, which is what you sit on to put your boots on. So it worked really well. So I've got this bag that I've barely used, and it's an ideal size for an emergency overnight or even a little weekend bag. So I'm sort of thinking maybe during the holidays we could go on a road trip and come see a few people. Yes. I got 2 cards today from funkypigeon.com, from Becca and Poppy, and they sent me this one for Daryl, which I thought, hang on, let me change my camera, which I thought was absolutely adorable. Get well soon. I thought that was so sweet. It was really nice. It's from Becca, Poppy and the dogs. So I was just like, that is awesome. And they sent me one, and you know what? They're the only people that have done this, and I actually felt quite overwhelmed when I opened it, so thank you very much, ladies. I really appreciate it. But congratulations on your beautiful grandson. And I was like, oh, I've been recognised as a grandma, kind of thing, do you know what I mean? Because it does, when you have a baby, everyone congratulates the parents, because, the parents have done all the work, and it's their child, but nobody congratulates the grandparents, and it's kind of like, it was it was quite touching to get this today. So I was like, yeah, thank you, love you both. So yeah, I was really pleased with those, and they came from Funky Pigeon. I thought they were adorable. So yeah, I like Funky Pigeon. It's really good. It's cheap, and you know you get stuff really quick. And they've got their own lovely little envelopes, so that's good. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't really think there's much else to tell you. I think I'm just going to upload my videos now and maybe look at going to bed because it's 11:15. I should really go to bed and get some sleep. Oh, I know what else. You know, I extended my dreads ages ago with synthetic. I've ordered some human hair. I don't know what colour they're going to be when they get here. I ordered dark brown. See, this is human hair here. You can see the difference. It's lumpy, it's bumpy, it's a bit synthetic on the end. That's why it's dark when it comes by that. I might cut that off because that annoys the fuck out of me, that triangle of it. But you know, you can see that's it. Just looks full of character. And then you get a synthetic one, which is, you know, it's flat. There's no character to it really. It's neat and tidy, but there's no character to it, and I like lumpy bumpy dreads. So I am going to, well, hopefully they'll be dispatched tomorrow. I had to provide my phone number for the post office yesterday. See, that's a human hair one, that's one of mine. So I'm hoping she'll dispatch tomorrow, and then I have to work at taking all the extensions out. The synthetic extensions, and adding mine. Now, the ones I've ordered aren't going to be anywhere near as long as these. The ones my skin's itching. The ones I've ordered are about 10 inches. Now, you can see the colour change. See that there? I don't know how well you can see that. That is the top of the synthetic dread, and that is the bottom of my dread. So, what I've ordered are about 8 to 10 inches long, which is from the T, that's about there. So, you know, they might be, yeah, what I've ordered will make them all roughly about the same length as this one. So the super long ones on the back, which I'm forever sitting on, will, I'll have to do something about these. It's that one. I'm always sitting on this one. But then I've also got my 2 Daryl ones, which is this one and this one. Now this one is my longest dread, and I had to do some repair work on it because it broke, and I'm just going to tidy it up a little bit. I don't know what happened there. I think what I'm going to have to do is cut them, my Daryl dreads, and basically cut it in half and then make another new dread. So I will actually probably end up with about 3 Daryl dreads. I meant to save some of his hair from his last haircut to do repair jobs, but I forgot. Yeah, so I think what I might end up doing, because overall my dreads are going to be shorter, I will make this one shorter as well, because it is absurdly long. This reaches down to my ass. I sit on it, I get it trapped in shit. It's a pain in the ass, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm thinking if I cut it in half and then, you know, because I mean, the ones I've extended with human hair, so that's my Daryl dread, that's my really long one. But the ones I've extended with my human hair it's boob length, you know, and they're all going to be about that long. This is twice that length. See? So I could cut this in half and have another dread, which is what I'm thinking I might end up doing. I love the length that they are, I really do, but I have to wake up at night to make sure I don't trap them under myself, because they're a bit of a pain. I did start a baby one off. I don't know if you guys saw that on a video. I have to remember to keep separating it because the others try to eat it. It's there. It's like a little nub of hair. There's no length on it yet, and it will be a while before it actually does do anything. It is literally just, I can't even show you, it's just like a little mass of hair, which I'm hoping will grow, but it's very thin, so it might end up just getting eaten by another dread, which, you know, if that's what it does, that's what it does. So yeah, the synthetics will go, and I'll have my hair, which will loop and bump. I'll move all the beads over, don't worry. So like that's my hair. This is from an old dread. That's synthetic. You know, that's mine. You can tell. You can just tell. Look at the shape of it. It's lumpy and bumpy and all that lot. I mean, my Daryl dreads aren't quite so bumpy because they were quite tight when I got them. Because I sent the hair off to a lady in Wales and she made them, because I tried but the hair was too short. So, but I've repaired these so many times. Because the hair was short, it doesn't bond well with itself, which is a bit of a pain. And yeah, I've had to repair this one a couple of times. There's a join there, which I'm very, very self-conscious about. I actually lost the end once. Was it this one or the other one? I can't remember. I was walking home and I got home and I was like, I've lost a bit of my dread, and I had to go back and find it. Thankfully, it was only between here and my mum's, and I found it up the road. But it literally just fell out because it had got caught, you know, as I was putting my coat on. That's what it was. So, but yeah, they're starting to get a little bit lumped up, but I might keep this one the length it is, because this isn't too much longer, but I think the super duper long one I will have to cut. So I don't even really know if that end bit is worth saving. It's so like ratty looking, bless it. It's a bit fucked. The rest of it is quite nice and chunky, but that from about there downwards, it's a bit pathetic really, because I keep getting it caught on shit. So, and then trying to fix it myself, and like I say, doing short hair is just a pain in the ass. So what I would like to do is go and get some maintenance done, and that's when you go to somebody who does dreadlocks for a living. What they do is they go through all your hair, they tidy up any bad joins and all of that lot, and then they tidy up your roots so you don't have all this fluffy shit going on. The only issue is that dependent on who you go to, you could be paying from £25 an hour, and maintenance on, you know, dependent on when you last had it done, is going to be anything from 2 hours onwards. So, you know, I could end up needing a good £100 just to get my dreads maintained. So what I want to do is get the human hair in and try and get it as established as I can before I go and get any maintenance done. And then if it needs super fixing, that's not too much of an issue, because I'll be with somebody who can do it. Now, there is not a dread technician, or loctician as we call them, here on the island. It is going to have to be, well, there was one girl that I saw years ago, but she was a dope head and her house stunk of weed and I really didn't like it. I would have to go to Southampton. There's a girl in Southampton that does it, which, you know, she seems okay and she seems very good at what she does, but I would really, really, really love to go to Yorkshire. There's a girl up there, she goes by, is it Happy Hippie Dreadlocks or something? She's got a smiley face. I've ordered beads from her and I've spoken to her quite a bit, and I would love to go to her for maintenance, but obviously it's quite a long way to go. So I'm thinking maybe if I ever do that road trip this summer, that I might book to go and see her, but I would have to save some money up to do it. So yeah. Anyway, I've now rambled at you for 20 minutes. while fucking around my hair. Chat that one. Little Daisy. Callie gave me that yonks ago. Little Daisy. I love daisies. Okay. I'm going to go. Yeah, anything you want to know? Did I start a sentence and then wander away from it? And do you want to know what the outcome of it is? Jog my memory, because my memory is shit. I don't know how much vlogging I'm going to get done tomorrow, because, you know, I might be quite busy. I will try and vlog, but obviously regarding Callie and the baby, that's down to them, you know, because he's their child, not mine. And if they don't want me to post photos of him and videos of him, then obviously I won't. Not until they're a bit more comfortable. So yeah. Have a great day and all of that. Thumbs up would be lovely. Comments, questions, suggestions, feedback. Just want to chat? Chuck it all down there, yeah? Click the watermark, you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell, you'll be notified when I upload new content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, no matter what it is that you are doing. And I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys. Bye.